guess it's just part of the addiction. I mean, I'm just as happy to sit and look at that car as I am to drive it, really, you know, completing that vision and having it done. Hopefully people that see it driving down the road get to enjoy it like I do, you know. Well, it's been my life, really. I mean, I've been lucky enough to, you know, go overseas when I did and meet the people I did and have that experience. I was in the mecca of hot rodding, California, at the right time, met a lot of my idols and became friends with them. I feel it was my mission in life to go hot rodding and do that, you know. Started off with 34s and then 32s, and always really been in that early Ford era, you know. Yeah, basically the story is after we had a hot rod show here in 1970, I met up with Barry Greer, like a guy from Palmy. He was on our show and then he decided to move to town, became friends with him, and we went back to Palmy. He went and visited his old car. Had a few owners by then, but it's like, oh, it was just stunning to see that in a shed. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. It just epitomised a hot rod. That was the icon of 32 Roadster, and channeled red chrome wheels, you know, Hemi. It was just like, oh, can it get any more hot rod than this, you know? And then it moved on, the motor seized, one thing led to another, and the car was pulled apart. So Barry Greer actually ended up with that car again. Barry had kept a lot of pieces off the car, although the actual main body got moved on and restored to a stock height car. 20, 30 years later, I'd sort of swore I'd do that car, you know, and I ended up getting hold of Barry and got the pits he had. That car was mostly built in California. I wanted to build a true clone of the original car, and that's what it is. And the beauty of that is it is that style. The car was built in 66, 67. I loved that interpretation of the car, to build it like it was. Yeah, so it's basically original 32 frame, running a 39 Ford rear end, 39 transmission, top shifter, the old top loader Ford, and then like a 292Y block, which is the engine the car had in it. When Barry built the car, he went to Freeman's in Wanganui. They were sort of the go-to place for engines, and ironically he had a choice of like a 327 Chev or a 292 Ford, so he chose a 292 Ford. Good on him, so that's what it was. And the body, just original steel car, but my version of it, my clone, I'd collected pieces for probably 15 years, rounding up different doors and quarter panels. So I sort of did want to do it with original sheet metal. You know, just different little accessories, Nerf bars and roll bars, and trying to get them to look exactly as they were in the day. It's a pretty typical car of the era. Chop them and channel them and put the go-fast motor, which, you know, for a Kiwi in those days, it was a Y-block, you know. Well, it's probably only double the horsepower of a flathead, but it gets down the road pretty good, and it looks the part. And that's always the thing to me, really, is a visual thing. Barry built that car. His brothers were involved. He had two brothers involved in the build, and it just looked right, you know. Once they got the car together and on the ground, it was a good-looking car. It's basically an 8-inch channel, which is it's pretty crazy, so it makes the old seating and legroom a little bit of a struggle. They chopped the grille the right amount, just in proportion with the car, and then with the headers, you know, the chrome headers on it, it's got the right look. That had to be reproduced. We do need to preserve our history, and so much of it is lost. Luckily, there's a few cars that are still around, and people are catching on and, you know, restoring the earlier hot rods. Lately, especially in New Zealand, we've come a long way. We have various shops doing work and a lot of people doing good work, and you go to any event now and you'll find any number of good cars, you know. It's not just all bling and crazy stuff. I mean, there's a lot of traditional hot rodding going on here, and we've got a few, you know, bunch of young guys coming through doing that, which is great to see. It is a pinch yourself moment. It's sort of a surreal thing to walk out and look at it and go, wow, that's what I always dreamed of having, and there it is, you know. Whether you're just looking at it or cleaning it or driving it, you know, it's just, it is a pleasure to have. Just a good looking hot rod, just screams hot rod all day long.